is the third time I have recorded this video because the audio keeps messing up, and I say messing up, I just don't press record. Nice to meet you, I'm Zoe, and today I realized Gale of Waterdeep is hot. Okay, I know you're probably sitting there like, no shit, Zoe, Gale has always been hot. No. But let me take you back to earlier today when I had this revelation.
I do enjoy our conversations. What do you need?
Oh my god, Gale is hot. So Baldur's Gate 3 released on PC on August 3rd, 2023. And since then, it's had me, and I'm sure a lot of you, in the chokehold to end all chokeholds. Within the first week of the game launching, I logged about 70 hours. That is 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. I genuinely forgot what grass felt like. I had to take breaks to go outside and do things so that I wasn't just sitting inside playing Baldur's Gate 3 all day and rotting. Now I have around 160 hours on Steam and about 30 hours on my modded playthrough. Shout out to the modding community because y'all make such good stuff. And I am still nowhere close to finishing the game. I'm also nowhere close to feeling like I want to stop playing the game. All this to say, Baldur's Gate 3 is an incredible game with an incredible story and some of the most well-crafted and well-performed characters I have ever seen in a video game. I mean, there's a reason why Larian Studios swept, mopped, dusted, and scrubbed the Game Awards this year. Also, can we appreciate the fact that the CEO of Larian showed up and accepted his Game of the Year award in armor? I love this game. While adventuring across Faerun, you are met with a potential of 10 companions. In no particular order, there is Shadowheart, God's favorite princess; Astarion, the internet's favorite twink; Lae'zel, the angry lizard; Will, the Rizmaster; Karlach, the big scary softie; Halsin, Tree Daddy; Minthara, Mommy; Jaheira, Mommy but like the nice kind; and Minsc. I don't know who this is. I haven't gotten that far yet. Last but not least, there's also Gale of Waterdeep. Before getting into my next point, I want to further mention that every single character is so well performed and well written. Each story is so rich and just, I eat them all up. You can really tell that not just the voice actors, but the writers were so proud and excited to share what they had created with us, the players. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 claims to be a story-rich RPG, and they even say that our choices will shape a tale of fellowship and betrayal. Yada, 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 whatever. We all know what Baldur's Gate 3 truly is. A dating sim. And before you go in the comments and start typing, oh my god, I can't believe they just said that they never finished Baldur's Gate 3 and now they have the audacity to sit there and say that Baldur's Gate 3 is just a dating sim, shut up. This is my video. While adventuring through Faerun, your Tav, also known as your player character, might catch some feelings for one of the companions, or multiple if you're into that. Just a quick, simple rundown of how romancing a character in Baldur's Gate works for you. The companion joins your party.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect.
You make choices that the companion likes. The companion falls in love with you. You profit. Now that you're caught up to speed on how romancing a character in Baldur's Gate 3 works and all the characters who you can romance, I think I should share something with you. I, like many other people, fell victim to the clutch of a certain vampire twink.
Hello, darling.
Every single playthrough, I told myself, I don't need Astarion in the party. I don't need to romance Astarion. I can just leave him. But somehow that never happens. I am a weak, feeble creature, and Astarion is just so, you know, he's just, I call this phenomenon the Astarion effect. Because of this beautiful, sassy idiot, recently, my boyfriend has challenged me to not only not romance Astarion, but to create a party where he's not in it. We did compromise because leaving him just out there in the wild felt wrong. Like he's my friend. I've grown to love him and I can't just leave him out there. Like, what if a Gur finds him? Or like, what if Cazador ends up bringing him back to his palace and he's just alone and he's scared? Like, he needs a little guidance. He needs help. He needs a little comfy bed. He can't sleep out there on his own. Like, you know, in 99% of my playthroughs, my party has looked exactly the same. It's consisted of my player character, Shadowheart, Lizelle, maybe my next video will be about Lizelle, she does not get enough love, and Astarion, because he's Astarion. It was a very safe group. It worked very well with how I played the game, and I thought I loved how they all played together. But my most recent save file, I changed everything. Welcome to my current save file. So in this save file, I changed things up a little bit and I went away from the group that I normally have in all of my other games. So to start, we have my Tav named Aelin. If you know, you know. She's a beautiful sorcerer. She uses wild magic. Wild magic is crazy, by the way. If you've never used wild magic, highly recommend. It makes the game so much more like unpredictable. It's very fun. Then we have the lovely Karlach. She's like the bronze of the group. She's really good for just like breaking down doors, throwing things. If you need things to be thrown, throwing characters. Someone can't make a jump. Doing a lot of heavy lifting, like quite literally. Right now, I have her carrying a bag of Gale's snacks. Next is Will. He's a warlock who, if I am being so honest with you, I thought was just a swordsman. So when I found out that he was a warlock, I was really surprised. In my first playthrough, I did kill him on accident, but I did kill him. I came back to camp one time and he was a pile of ash. So sorry, Will. Not sure how I feel about warlocks in general, but Will is fun. I like him. He's not as squishy as sorcerers and wizards, but he's still like, he can still hit really hard, and he also has a lot of really good magic. Like, he can use a sword, and then he also has really good magic stats. So I like Will. That's him. And last but not least is the man of the hour, Mr. Gale, and we'll get into that now. Adding Gale of Waterdeep to my party really changed it all. So the very first time that I played Baldur's Gate 3 was with my boyfriend. We had a playthrough together. He wanted to romance Shadowheart, I wanted to romance Astarion, even though after 80 hours, he still didn't like me. I'm fine, it's all fine. Anyways, I remember when we first met Gale of Waterdeep with his little hand sticking out of the portal, and when we pulled him out, all I had to say was, quote, "I don't get it, he's just a guy." And that was that. Today, while playing, I realized that Gale is not only studying wizardry, but he is also studying wizardry. That hurt me more than it hurt you. To further prove my point, here is a cutscene from my playthrough earlier today.
Perhaps I can show you what I mean by reaching into the weave together. Then follow my lead.
I'm editing this video right now, and the look that he... Don't talk to me.
Now you.
There's just something so dreamy about a man teaching you to do something without being overtly icky about it. And that's what this is. That's what this is.
A familiar feeling, like a kind word and a kind touch at the same time. It's warm and comfortable.
Excellent. Now, repeat after me. Athran Mistraril Kantrak Eo.
Ah, yes. The scent of rose water and a sense of well-being. A sliver of weave that tastes sweet on the tongue.
Very good.
This whole scenario caters to something that probably a lot of us can relate to, and it rhymes with Schmray's Schmrink. You know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
Now, I want you to picture in your mind the concept of harmony, as true as you can.
You see, or is it sense, the unmistakable presence of Mystra, the Lady of Mysteries. There's something like the anticipation of a kiss, then the pleasure of being cloaked in peace. You are safe. You are nestled in the cup of Mystra's hand.
You did it! You're channeling the weave. How does it feel? Oh, I know.
The weave connects you. The moment feels intimate. You realize the weave is making you one. You have but to imagine your desire, and Gale will know it.
I didn't think.
You perceive quick-fire gusts of embarrassment, trepidation, and finally, elation.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting. But it is a pleasant image, to be sure. Most pleasant, in fact. Most welcome.
The weave evaporates, and as it does so, you realize the night feels suddenly cold and lonesome.
Oh. There it goes. How easily things slip away from us, no matter how hard they were in the obtaining. Good night. I enjoyed sharing a moment of magic with you.
Do you see what I mean? He's hot. Will might be the noble poet of the group, but I swear the things that Gale says you can only find in a romance novel or a Hosier song. The way he talks about needing to see Mystra, not wanting to see her, needing to see Mystra. He is so down bad for a goddess who, presumably from what I have seen so far, does not give a flying fuck about him. So imagine how he would be for someone who is equally as down bad for him. It's a no-brainer, really. On top of that, he is passionate about magic. Some might say addicted to it, but I say passionate, all right? And when people are passionate about things, it's hot, dude. He's got that charm, that je ne sais quoi that you only see in quirked up white British men. And I love that. Like, he definitely reads the best fan fictions and probably also writes the best fan fictions. You can tell by the way he stands so close to you that he had to have been written by a woman, right? Okay, so I just Googled it, and Gale, in fact, was written by a man, but someone cooked, okay? The raw sexual tension oozing out of this man is enough to fuel like 5 10-hour Baldur's Gate 3 sessions alone. Now, what I'm about to say might be a little controversial, but bear with me. As someone who was an Astarian enjoyer for 99% of my playthroughs, hear me when I say I think the horny was amped up too much for his cutscenes. And I understand that it's part of his character, it's part of his story. The man is so deeply traumatized. And it was fun, it was exciting, it was sad, it was moving, it was emotional. But I think romancing Gale might be more fun. I don't know. Like, maybe I've just been reading too many slow burn novels, period pieces, Sarah J. Maas books, if we're being honest. Like, I have fallen in love with slow burn romance. I love the build, I love the tension between the characters, and you get all of that with Gale. Okay, to wrap this up, I am very excited to be adventuring with Gale, and who knows, maybe in like 2 days I'll realize that I hate Gale and he's awful and he did something to give me the ick. We don't know. That's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for sticking through to the end if you did watch it. I hope that I have convinced some people out there that Gale of Waterdeep is actually really hot and you should romance him, and his story is fun and he's interesting. Not to create Astarian slander, but like branch out. You know what I mean? I guess that's what this video all comes down to, is branch out. If you're stuck romancing one person, if you're stuck with a team of the same 4 people, branch out. Switch it up. All right? It's gonna be great. It's gonna be rewarding. You're gonna feel like you're playing a whole new game. This sounds like it's sponsored. It's not. Larian has nothing to do with this, but yeah, go ahead and like the video if you really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll make some more like this in the future. Leave a comment as well. I want to know who you're romancing, or maybe leave a comment of like your favorite Baldur's Gate 3 moment if you're not romancing anybody. All right, that's it. Enjoy your adventuring in Faerun. Be safe, and I'll see you later. Bye.